Simba's licking the plate clean. Stella says, "Don't lick my plate. That's my plate," as she goes and eats the rest of Splash's food. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the lucky ferals. It's 8:53 a.m. Good morning, Boo. How are you today? Whoa, big jump, Boo. How are you, Boo? Today for breakfast, the cats are gonna have canned food, so Boo's gonna be very happy. Today's their day to have some fish. Right, Boo? Fish today. Good morning, Simba. How are you today, Simba? Say good morning, Boo. Good morning, Simba. Good morning, Simba. Good morning, Stella. How are you today, Stella? The ant battle continues today. I've killed about 30 ants on the stove, and I just put the oven on, and I think that's making a lot of them run out. I put the oven on because I figure it'll kill a bunch of the ants if there's any ants in the back of this unit where the air vent is. But like there's another one, I gotta smash those. And others have been coming out on the floor from under it, so I'm gonna go kill more ants. Today the cats are trying Taste of the Wild Canyon River Feline formula with trout and salmon in gravy. And the ingredients in this are trout fish broth, vegetable broth, ocean fish, dried egg product, potato starch, pea flour, smoked salmon, carrots, guar gum, natural flavor, sunflower oil, sweet potatoes, sodium phosphate, salt, potassium chloride, inulin, tomatoes, blueberries, raspberries, taurine, and then we go into vitamins and minerals. So vegetable broth is concerning to me because a lot of times manufacturers can hide MSG type ingredients or soy ingredients in vegetable broth. And also smoked salmon. Why do they have to put smoked salmon in here? Like, we don't need those chemicals. But other than that, it looks pretty clean. This is what it looks like. It looks like a chunky pate, or maybe is it in chunks? Not sure, we'll see. This is what the food looks like right out of the can. It's processed chunks of meat. And it is funny because then you see some carrot and there's like little bits of carrot. So I'm gonna add some water to this and then I'm gonna divide it up 4 ways, and this is what the cats are getting for breakfast. I just looked down and Boo is like right here and he's been licking his lips. He's just sitting here and licking his mouth. He's like all ready for his canned food. Right, Boo? Okay, Boo. Be a good boy, Boo. Be nice. Be nice. Everybody is nice to each other. This is what it looks like after I added some water to it. So it really looks like chunks of meat in gravy. Made much more of a gravy. And yeah, the cats should like this, hopefully. And this is what it looks like divided 4 ways. I'm gonna give this to the cats and let's see if they'll eat it without any bribe food on top. Simba is purring very loudly. And Splash is doing what he normally does with strange food. He smells it and then he walks away. I just moved his food over for him. I don't know why Stella needs to take the food off of the plate. Okay, he's gonna come back and check it out. Eat it, Splash, you like it. You're gonna come back and eat it anyway, so eat it now. Okay, it looks like the cats are enjoying it. Adding additional water definitely made a very nice gravy. So Stella finished hers. And she's going to eat splashes. Simba tried eating Boo's, but I just pushed him away. Now he's going to go and finish what's on his plate. Stella still has some left on her plate, so she could finish her own. But it seems that Stella and Simba really like this, and Splash looks like he likes it also. I just moved Stella's plate closer to her, but she still insists on eating splashes. Meanwhile, Boo is still working on his food. Remember, Boo has teeth issues. He's missing some teeth on the top of his mouth. So sometimes he has an issue with eating. He eats a lot slower in many cases. So we'll see how he does with this. If I need to smash everything down, I will smash it down, but we'll see how he does. Good boy, Boo. Eat your food. It looks like he's really just kind of licked up all the liquid. Now maybe he's starting to eat the chunks. The other cats are all having a really good time eating the food. Simba's licking the plate clean. Stella says, "Don't lick my plate. That's my plate," as she goes and eats the rest of Splash's food. This is Simba's plate. He's already cleaned it off. And Boo's still working on his. Is he just licking them and pushing them around the plate? Simba's watching him. Here, Boo. I'm gonna move it like that. I moved his plate around so it's closer to him. Splash just ran upstairs. Yeah, Boo's just licking his food. Simba's finishing licking his plate. It's a few minutes later. Boo's still working on his food, but he's just about finished. Good boy, Boo. This food was definitely a success with the cats. They all loved it. This greeting card in my hand is a piece of memorabilia from when I was in school. I think I got this when I was in college. And I recently found it in a trunk of old stuff. And look at it, look. It looks almost exactly like Simba. I mean, obviously Simba has the little marking on his nose, in the middle of his nose, but other than the marking, it looks exactly like Simba. That's kind of freaky. Simba, look at me. Look at me, look at that. Oh my gosh. It's almost the spitting image of Simba. Simba, don't look so weird. Don't look so weirded out. Give me a normal face. Look at me with a normal face. Simba says, why are you putting this old card on top of me? Simba, is that you? Look at that, Simba, look. Look, it looks just like you, Simba. Do you like it? You like it, Simba? Simba says he's better looking than that card. Okay, Simba. You're better looking than the card. You're cuter than the card. It's about 12:30 p.m. right now, and Boo's sleeping on the bed. He's so comfortable. Boo, you're so cute. I'll see you later, Boo, okay? Simba's sleeping in one of the cat towers in Boo's room. So today, after the cats ate breakfast, like they just conked out. They have been sleeping all morning. Normally they'll have breakfast and then they'll just be up and about for quite a while, and then they'll sleep in the afternoon. Probably after a few hours of activity in the morning. Then they take an afternoon nap. But today, they've just been sleeping all morning. I have no idea what was in that food. But that is a big difference between raw food and cooked food for cats. I've noticed that when the cats eat raw food, they keep a really good energy level. And when they eat canned food, that they have much less energy.
Sit, sit. Let me get everybody, wait, till I get everybody's ready here. Sit down. You're gonna get it. Those are my lap. Everybody be patient. Okay. Here you go. Here, Boo. Here. Oh, Lord, it messed up. Come on, Simba. 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 Come on, Simba. Come on, Stella. Stella. Eat Stella. Why she don't like it? Why don't you give her what she likes? There goes Stella. She doesn't want any crunchies. The boys will have it. Boo and Simba.
Just came outside to give Hydrox some food. There's your food, Hydrox. Go eat it. I give him half of a can of the Trader Joe's turkey and giblets. He's looking kind of scraggly right now. I don't know where he's been rolling around today. So if he eats that, I'll give him the other part of the can. I'm just about to make the cats their dinner, but I wanted to mention that someone made the stinkiest poop ever a little while ago. The litter boxes were cleaned out maybe like an hour ago, and oh my gosh, it was so bad. I don't know if someone had diarrhea or it's just the fish food that they had for breakfast. I don't know if the food did not agree with them, but they were all like super sleepy after eating it. Less energy than usual all day, and stinkiest poop ever. Hydrox is eating the second half of the can of food. And it's a 5.5 ounce can, so that's a lot of food. I just heard a cat meowing, and it was that same like weird meow that I've been hearing, like, I don't know, like every so often I hear this really weird meow. And I just came in the kitchen and it's Stella, but she has a mouse toy with her. So I guess she was playing with the mouse toy. But the meow I heard was like, meow, 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 meow. Right, Stella? What were you doing, Stella? Boo's here to see what's going on. He says, what's going on? Hydrox is eating his third half of a can. So if he eats that, I might give him the other half of the can, but Stella and Boo really want it, so we'll see what happens. Another day, another ant battle. It's about 10 a.m. right now, and this is the stuff from the top of my stove. So when I woke up today, I heard a lot of cat meowing. I heard Stella meowing a lot, and I thought it was that meow that she does when she's playing with her toy. So I ignored it, but it just kept going on. When I came into the kitchen this morning, this rug was like all bunched up. And then right here, I found a bunch of ants. So I killed them. And then I found more ants on top of the stove, which is why I took those other pieces off. And I killed everything that I could kill. And I did research and I found out that these are actually grease ants. And they're attracted to some kind of grease. There is a little slot between this top part of the stove and then the rest of the stove. So I took a piece of paper and I kind of pushed it in there to see like would ants come out, what would happen, and the paper came out with like grease on it. So I don't really use this stove and this oven at all. The majority of the food that I eat are fresh fruits and veggies, and most of the time it's raw. I usually have fresh fruit for breakfast. I'll have like a salad for lunch. Maybe I'll have like a sandwich, a vegetable sandwich. And then for dinner, sometimes I'll have salad or veggies. Maybe I'll have some like steamed veggies or more fruit or something. So I don't really use this oven and stove much at all. And I definitely don't fry things. I definitely don't use like a lot of grease or anything. But the owners of this house before me, who are the ones that bought the stove, they're the ones that picked out the black stove. I would never pick out a black stove. Do you know how hard it is to see little tiny ants walking around on a black stove? It's really difficult. But when I moved in, you could tell that they fried a lot of food. I remember just cleaning up like grease residue from like the counters and the vent and everything like that. Well, somehow grease has gotten into the top of this stove and it's attracting grease ants. So what I did was I put the oven on. It's at 450 degrees. It's been on for at least a half hour now. And I think by doing that, by creating the heat, it like drove a bunch out. And I just turned it off because I am going to head out and actually start looking at new stoves and ovens. I would like to get something that's stainless steel, so if there's an ant on it, I can actually see the ant much easier, and I never liked the stove or oven to begin with, so I'm hoping I could find a good deal on one and just get rid of this and then solve this ant problem. Now this can come up, but in order to do that, you have to take everything out. You have to like pull this out, turn off the gas, do all kinds of other things, which is a big job. So if I need to do that, I will, but I'm gonna explore some other options. I mean, maybe this is a really good opportunity to just get a new oven. Hello, Simba. Simba's been hanging out in the tub. How you doing, Simba? You okay? Okay. I'll see you later, Simba. Hello, Boo. Boo's hanging out in the hallway. How are you, Boo? Are you having a nice day so far? It is 8:05 p.m. and I just gave Hydrox half a can of food. He's having the Trader Joe's turkey and giblets. He really likes that food. And I was just outside and he let me get pretty close to him, and I got out the brush and I was just really slow and really calm, trying to bring the brush near him. And yeah, he just kind of moved away from it. So that's what's up with Hydrox. Meanwhile, I just got back, I don't know, maybe an hour ago. I've been out pretty much most of the day, and I came back for maybe like an hour in the afternoon, and I'm still battling ants. And when I was home in the afternoon, I put out some ant baits for them, the Taro liquid ant bait stuff. And when I just got home an hour ago, I was absolutely shocked at how many ants I saw. I mean, there were hundreds of ants eating the bait. And I followed the trail of them, and there's a trail of ants going into a hole in the kitchen floor. It's a hole where an electric wire goes down into the floor. So the prior owners of the house renovated the kitchen, and they installed an electrical outlet in the corner of the kitchen along the baseboard. And they had a TV hooked up to it, and I never used the outlet. And they drilled a hole in the kitchen floor, and the wire for the outlet goes through the hole in the floor. And that's where the ants were going and coming from. So then I went downstairs, and it's a drop ceiling. So I opened the drop ceiling, and I got a flashlight, and I looked in there to see if I could see anything. And all you can see is insulation. So I don't know if there is a nest of ants in the insulation, or if they're going and coming through the foundation. I don't know, but they're eating the bait, and I'm hoping they take it back to the nest, and I hope it wipes the whole nest out, because it's just really nasty. Meanwhile, I am going to give Hydrox the other half of the can. Now, he just got herbs in the half of the can that I gave him. I'm giving him some heal all herbs right now, just for general health, and we'll see how that goes. Again, it's really hard to improve the health of a cat if you don't control all of the variables. When a cat lives inside and you do control all of the variables, it's much easier to make sure they're drinking, plenty of fresh water. They're eating the healthy food that you want them to eat. They're not eating anything that could be detrimental to their health. They're getting whatever supplements you give them. And when you have a cat like Hydrox who's living outside, there's absolutely no way to control everything that he's doing. So that's the situation. It is 8:44 p.m. and I just gave Hydrox his third half of a can of food. So he had the first half of a can with water and herbs. Finished all of that. So then I gave him his second half of a can. He finished all of that too. And I just gave him his third half of a can. It looks like he ate part of it, and then he walked a few steps. And here he is. He's just been sitting here grooming himself. So that's what's going on with Hydrox. All of the other cats split a can of food. It was some kind of shredded chicken that I had in a can, and maybe it was healthy by design. I did not record it. I just wanted to get the cats fed because they were under my feet. And they all ate it. Boo enjoyed it. I kept enough of an eye on him so that he did not eat everyone else's food. And I did defrost some food for the cats, but it did not finish defrosting. It was still more than half frozen, so I just put it in the refrigerator and hopefully it will continue to defrost there. It should be fine for breakfast tomorrow. Hello, Stella. Did you like your dinner? I'm also hoping that the canned food will, calm the cats down, because I need to get a lot of stuff done tonight, and I don't really have a lot of time to give the cats a lot of attention tonight. I'm sorry, Stella. I'll try. It's 10:18 p.m. right now. I'm sitting here editing a video, and Splash is sitting about 2 feet away from me on the floor. He's just been staring at me because he wants crunchies. Alright, Splash. 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 Splash, look at me. Splash, look at the camera. You want crunchies? Splash, do you want crunchies? You want some treats? Splash, you want a cookie? There's some kind of noise outside he hears. So not only has Splash been staring at me, but Simba's been staring at me also. And Stella's staring at me from across the room. And Boo's staring at me from on the shelf near the windows. Stella's getting comfortable with the shark. Hey, Stella. How you doing, Stella? See, she knows her name. Stella's a very smart girl. Right, Stella? And here's Splash. And every time I turn the camera on, he looks to the side. But when I turn the camera off, then he looks right at me. Splashy. Hello, Splash. Splash, you're such a handsome boy. Look at his ears. It's 10:22 p.m. Hydrox is curled up by the back door. And I'm sorry if it's dark and blurry, but it's hard to get a good shot. It's about 11:15 p.m. right now. And can you see this? Hydrox is curled up in a ball by the back door. Like he's laying next to the doormat. And he was completely asleep, but he heard me talking because this window's slightly open. He's so comfortable there. Right now it's about 12:30 a.m. I'm just about to go to bed, but I have all the gates up to try to keep the cats away from where all the ant bait is. I have 2 of the gates here, and then I have just a few other things blocking the side, so hopefully that'll work. It is 9:45 a.m. and there seem to be a lot less ants today. So far, I've only seen 2 ants on top of the stove. Stella! And I've only seen about 2 ants on the floor. So the bait was out all night. The bait is on the pink plate under the oven. And the white bait is a Raid ant bait, and it is absolutely useless. And there's some more bait on a piece of a paper plate in the corner. So they're coming out of that little hole with the wire, but there's way less of them today. So hopefully the bait is working, and hopefully they will all be gone within another day or 2. It is almost 10 a.m. and the cats are having their breakfast. Having homemade raw food with water mixed in. And there is part of a freeze-dried rabbit nugget sprinkled on top. It is 9:12 p.m. right now, and I have been out pretty much all day. I got back a little while ago and took care of a few things around the house that I needed to do. And the inside cats just had their dinner, and I just gave Hydrox half of a can of the Trader Joe's turkey and giblets with water mixed in and some herbs mixed in, so hopefully he'll eat that. A little late for him, so. I did see him eating a lot of dry food yesterday, or maybe it was today, I don't remember. And I also saw Ditto today. I was outside and Ditto was hanging out in the bushes. How you doing, Hydrox? Eat your food. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.